Good morning. In the last lecture, we were seeing the poem "O Captain, My Captain." Now we have to see the question answers on "O Captain, My Captain," where the question, general question may be there. The central idea of the poem "O Captain, My Captain" by Walt Whitman, where you have to write 3 to 4 lines about Walt Whitman. That Walt Whitman was born in 1819 and died in 1892. He was a renowned American poet, essayist, journalist, editor, and he was a humanist and was a part of transition between transcendentalism and realism. Here, the central idea, what is expected from you is that this one is an elegy where the voyage of the ship and life journey of the Abraham Lincoln is sketched or expressed by the poet, where the ship went on a long voyage, and when the ship came back, it was not in a condition to come back, but finally they got the ship back at the harbor, and when they came back at the harbor, on the other side, the life of the Abraham Lincoln as a human, as a president of America, his rule, and the metaphors that one can observe here, where when the ship came back, the captain's body was lying there at the deck. No moment the captain was dead and the bleeding was there. And as the captain was dead, his face was pale and lips were unmoving. His body was very cold and without movement. Here, this one was with the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. The poet became very unhappy on the death of the Abraham Lincoln, on the assassination of the Abraham Lincoln. So as to express the same, he gave the metaphor of the death of the captain of the ship. It was lying on the deck. The body of the captain was not moving, was without movement. The lips were not moving, they were unmoving, and the poet thought that his arm was under the neck of the captain, and when the poet thought his arm was under the neck of captain, and the poet quotes here that the captain didn't understood or noticed the touch of his arm Why? Because the captain was dead. The word is there for the body of the captain. Fallen, cold, and dead. His body was cold and dead. The poet says, "You have fallen cold and dead." No moment. And at the same time, after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, there was no moment. His body was dead, cold, same thing that the poet observed in case of Captain and in case of Abraham Lincoln. Here, the poet's patriotism, poet's love for Abraham Lincoln, that one can observe here through the poem or in the central idea or theme of the poem. Then after, you may have the question like, the sheep and his voyage is compared to America. That means that the voyage of the sheep means the development of the America, and the voyage of the sheep is nothing but compared to the development of the America. The crews on the sheep are the people of America or citizen of America. Captain of the ship is nothing but President of America Abraham Lincoln. As the captain of the ship takes the control over the ship, and the same is about the President of America, and as the control is at the captain, automatically responsibility is also to the captain. The poet worked with the Abraham Lincoln and had affinity for the Abraham Lincoln because this Walt Whitman poet worked with the Abraham Lincoln in the Civil War. Such type of the comparison that we can observe, and we can observe here the feelings of this man, that is the Walt Whitman, about Abraham Lincoln. The question may be on the symbolism in the poem, "O Captain, my Captain." The ship's anchor is, "O Captain, my Captain," is a symbol for the end of the Civil War and Lincoln's death. Voyage symbolizes Civil War. And the death of the captain symbolizes death of the Abraham Lincoln. Or captain is nothing but Abraham Lincoln. Such type of question may appear in the examination. And then we may have the captain is referred to Abraham Lincoln or as his dear father. The line is there as the captain is referred as a father. See here the line. I will read it. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulses, not will. See here, captain is also referred as father. Okay.